For Tim Bradley, if I feel he wants to win the fight, he really needs to focus on volume punching. Just plain and simple, he needs to outwork Juan Manuel Márquez. If he sets an uncomfortable pace, he can go ahead and maybe tire him out over the course of 12 rounds. Bradley needs to get in and out. He can't stay in too long with Márquez because Márquez will get the better of him. For Juan Manuel Márquez, he needs to have that right hand cocked and ready because Bradley likes to lunge forward at times. Perfect for Juan Manuel Márquez to counter with a right. He also needs to lure Bradley into exchanging with him. When he gets guys to exchange with them, has done really well, landing body shots and uppercuts that ultimately stop his opponents. The one important thing that I feel is to Juan to set up traps, to use feints and touch jabs in order for Bradley to come forward and attack first so Márquez can counter and really use his accuracy in the fight. Overall, this is a 50-50 fight. If Bradley is smart, he should win by unanimous decision.
The way I see this fight going is I think Juan Manuel Márquez is going to fight the same kind of fight that he fought against Manny Pacquiao. He's going to try to come out and wait for his shot. He's going to try and use his granite chin to withstand some of Timothy Bradley's shots in hopes that he can counter punch, which he does fantastic, and catch Timothy Bradley. The problem is Timothy Bradley learned a lot about the sport of boxing in his last fight with Ruslan Provodnikov. I don't see Timothy Bradley giving Juan Manuel Márquez the opportunity to nail him with a heavy shot. I think Timothy Bradley is going to box a little more. He's going to fight a lot smarter. I'm picking Timothy Bradley to win in a exciting fight, but a one-sided fight.
Timothy Bradley needs to hope and pray that he isn't too compromised following his vicious war with Ruslan Provodnikov in March. Got to say I'm dubious. As he told Kellerman in HBO's Face Off, he says that his speech was a little bit off. He was slurring a little bit, and he only got that back after about 2 months. Now, that is some really candid and scary talk. I have to think that his reflexes and his chin have been compromised against a guy who is, in all honesty, pretty much a Friday Night Fights level fighter in Provodnikov. Márquez is not that. He's a master. And if he's the same guy who dropped and stopped Manny Pacquiao last December, and really I see no reason why he won't, I think he exploits the mistakes that Bradley makes. He takes advantage of his over-aggressiveness. And for that reason, I think that we see Juan Manuel Márquez dissecting Tim Bradley and winning a unanimous decision handily.
The fight between Márquez and Bradley, I think, is one of the more intriguing fights of 2013 for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a fight we haven't seen before, which makes it intriguing in itself. Here's the question. Juan Manuel Márquez, does he have a post-Pacquiao hangover after a cathartic victory back in December where he knocked out Pacquiao? The question that I have is just how much motivation can he have for a guy not named Manny Pacquiao steering across the ring? Also, age is a factor. He's much closer to 40 than he is to 30. As for Tim Bradley, I think it's very simple. There is residual effects from his war against Ruslan Provodnikov. The question is just how much is he visibly affected by that? He had slurred speech for months, and I wonder just how much will that come into play. With that being said, because of the physical state of Tim Bradley, which I think is questionable, I look for Márquez to somehow find a way to win this fight.
Márquez is a tactician and a technician inside the squared circle. What he needs to do is take a few rounds, try to figure Bradley out, get inside, work the body, and Bradley can be hit. And if he fights like he did against Provodnikov, Márquez will have more than his share of opportunities. And if Márquez gets Bradley in the trouble that Provodnikov did, he'll finish him off. For Tim Bradley to beat future Hall of Famer Juan Manuel Márquez and remain unblemished, he's got to use his legs. He cannot fight like he did in his last fight against Provodnikov and beat Márquez. He's the much younger guy, 10 years younger than Márquez. He has really good movement when he uses his legs, uses his feet. He's going to have to use the entire ring at the Thomas and Mack Center, lateral movement, side to side, make Márquez show his age. If he does that, I think Bradley wins the decision against Márquez.